Hi, I'm yours, Gandhi. I go to Higher High School.
I'm your other eduCommit, and I go to Providence High School.
And this is our project, eduCommit, an analytical approach to improving international education quality and accessibility.
The problem is that educational accessibility and quality in education in India is very low. Education is not very accessible, and the quality of that inaccessible education is also rather low. And the other problem is charities that are already there and try and do something are taking in a lot of money for themselves and are, in a way, somewhat corrupt.
So, as on the previous slide, we talked about accessibility being a large problem. 40% of the world's illiterate people live in India. Additionally, 1 in 4 Indian children can't pass a simple literacy or math test. So that means they can't do third grade math or writing. Additionally, government schools are impoverished and do not provide a decent education. Government schools are analogous to public schools here in America, and they do not have the same facilities as public schools here do.
Furthermore, educational quality is the children are taught through rote memorization as opposed to logical thinking. So if a teacher would teach like 1 + 1 = 2, then the students would go home and in their notebook write 1 + 1 = 2 50 times. And then the next day when the teacher says, what's 2 + 2, they'd be lost because they didn't have the whole logical thinking that, I mean, if you take one, you add the other one, then you get the 1 + 1 = 2. And it's straightforward education with little curiosity element to it. So students just go to school, learn, and then they come home and then do their homework and go back to school. And there's very little desire to learn more. And on top of that, asking questions is looked down upon because it's seen as doubting the teacher's credibility or doubting the teacher in general. So our project is called eduCommit, and it's a website that's currently up right now, but it's in beta right now. But it's educommit.com, and we also have educommit.org. It's a nonprofit in the making that allows a student in America or in another developed country to have access to a tutor near them that best fits their needs. And the tutors that are in the developed countries pay a monthly fee of $10.99 in order to be listed upon eduCommit, since every child should have a good education and should not have to pay for it. The mentees log in and they can sign up for free, but the tutors have to pay a monthly fee of $10.99. So these funds will, in large part, be donated to improve educational quality for students in India. And as users and funds grow, donations will increase exponentially, which you'll see in the future slide.
So in order to model our own growth, we decided to model growth of some other educational websites. So as you can see here, we have 4 rather popular educational websites modeled by the number of months it's taking them to grow versus the number of users they have for these months. Using that data, we hypothesized our own growth. So as you can see in the chart on the left, after 1 year, our graph is the orange one versus the red one is Coursera. We grow, our growth is higher. And after 6 years, again, ours is the orange versus the chart that you saw on the previous slide. You can see that. So avoiding loss. The green solid line is the money for mentors, or our revenue that we're pulling in. It's at 1099x because we charge a 1099 fee. While the red is the cost of operations, which is maintaining the website. Now the red is a step function because for each extra 10 users, you have to pay an extra $100 to keep up to increase the bandwidth on the website. So that's why it's a straight line until you get to the next 10 users. But as you can see, even regarding that, our profit is always increasing, which is a plus.
So then we had to calculate our profit. So as you can see here, this is our original profit, where you take the 1099x. The 3 equations are listed up there. 1099x is the money that you get depending on the number of users you have. Then you have 100 times x minus 30 over 10, which is the cost depending on the users you have. Where x is greater than 30 and x is a multiple of 10, because you get 30 users free. And then you have 5e over 11 to the x, which is the model of exponential growth depending on the number of users, where you have x number of users. So then when you substitute that, you get 1099x minus 100 times x minus 30 over 10 to get our profit. And then we have to subtract $300 because when you simplify 100 times x minus 30 over 10, you get 10x minus 300, which further simplifies to 0.99x plus 300, which basically means that at 0.00 we'll have $300 in profit, which is not true. It just means that our profit will be $300 greater than our revenue. So we had to subtract 300 to make sure that we start at the origin. And then, since this is dependent on the number of users, we substituted the fact that we get 5e over 11 to the x users per month, and then calculated the number of, the amount of money we get per month. And that's 1099 times 5e over 11 to the x, minus 100 times 5e over 11 to the x, minus 30 over 10, minus 300.
So to get a more specific profit increase graph, we decided to take the derivative of the previous equation in order to talk about the instantaneous profit change at a certain point, x. X is the number of months, and so as you can see here, we decided to take the derivative of the previous equation, that's our derivative. And then in order to check our derivative and get a more accurate result, we decided to take the integral of it, just to delta. So, just like every other business, we have competitors. Massive open online courses, test prep, college admission agencies, and mom and pop tutoring agencies. But these shares a few pros and a few cons. For one, they're not as specific to helping children as we are. Another thing is test preps, such as Kaplan, are for profit, and they're only used for certain things, such as standardized testing.
And then we have our close competitors, like all other businesses too. We have examples such as Tutor Doctor, which gives access to certified tutors near you, which is in a way like us, but the problem is those tutors are certified and taught in a specific way. So though they may be near you, all tutors are teaching the same way, and they're taught the same. But there's no real variety as far as tutors, as far as economical and educational value. And then we have Botangle, which connects you with tutors through the internet, so you can be connected with someone in like China. But the problem with that is it costs money to the students because you have to pay directly to Botangle as a student if you want to get help, which is bad. And there's no physical interaction and therefore no personal connection with the tutor, and it's all done through video chat or instant messaging. After Summer Ventures, we do plan to incorporate. We'll partner with a nonprofit that I've been working with for about 3 years now. It's called Pratham. And Pratham basically helps students in India already get an education. And they've been doing amazing things right now. But at some point, we'll need to break off with them and form our own nonprofit. Because by the time we take off funds to donate to our for website maintenance, and then by the time we donate to them, they take off some of that to pay their employees. And by the time it reaches the kids, it'll be very low actual donation. So once we get about a couple million users, we'll plan to file as a 501c3 nonprofit corporation in Delaware. It's an economical decision because the taxes to file in Delaware are very low, and we get tax breaks as a nonprofit, so we'll get even more money to donate. With our purpose being to build schools, hire teachers, and decrease distance between home and school.
So after Summer Ventures, we plan to advertise using various social media, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Additionally, we plan to make use of SEOs, or search engine optimization, which means that we plan to post on, have our name on Google so that people can find us more easily. Additionally, we plan to add various features such as ratings/comments for tutors so people know what they're getting when they pay, and a search engine for tutors based on classes. Additionally, we plan to make an app on iOS, Android, and Windows Phone. So the effects that we'll have, we hope, will be twofold. For one, we plan to help people here in America with their studies, with their classes and subjects. Additionally, we plan to improve education for people in India, which some people are too poor to afford.
So these are our technologies that we use. We use front-end web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We use Cordova for cross-platform app development, so we can use the same code for iOS, Android, Windows Phone, you name it, and it's ported easily. And the reason we use parse is because it's a basic JavaScript NoSQL database that we can use without a specific back-end language. So it's basic front-end JavaScript that's hosted on Facebook servers, so we know it's safe, and it makes it easier to use with Cordova since it's basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
So this is the Prime Minister Modi's quote. He's the Prime Minister of India. He says, "Each of us has natural instincts to rise like a flame. Let's kindle that instinct."
Special thanks to Dr. Ramesh Mathur for being our mentor and helping us along the way. Dr. Abdul Mohammed for doing all the back-end work for Summer Ventures 2015. North Carolina Central University for hosting Summer Ventures 2015. Summer Ventures 2015 for helping us advance as humans. Facebook and Google for their respective APIs that we use in our project.
Any questions?
And as you ask questions, we'll be just demonstrating the site because it's an actual thing.
Does your website have a screening mechanism for tutors, or can anyone sign up to be a tutor?
Anyone can sign up to be a tutor or a mentee.
But you won't really get spammers because of the fee. No one's gonna pay just to, be annoying. So.
You want me to sign up?
Yeah. Sorry.
So the reason I signed up as a mentee is because we also add the feature so that if you're a mentor, you can only see mentees near you, and if you're a mentee, you can only see mentors near you. Sorry for the profile picture. But as you can see, if you scroll down, you can see the phone number, the email, and the locality of the person. This is just for my profile page, and then you can get my education. And then if you go to the mentors link up above, you can see the different mentors that are near you and the distance they are from you. And then if you click view more details, go down. Let's go to Juliana's. Right there. So this is Juliana's profile picture. She actually, gave a crap about the student type. So as you can see, that's about her in the About Me section. And that's where tutors can be like, hey, I'm good at math and science. I can tutor anyone. I graduated from Harvard University, whatever. And then her phone number, her email, and then her locality. Just Charlotte, North Carolina, and her zip code. And then she can give her education too. And that's about it.